Another little teaser real quick, you guys. Put this piece of steel here, because that's the way it's going to be. Cutting out this box a little further for the radio. Once that's in, I will plug this, I'll plug that. Real simple. Probably just get a bunch of washers until they get to a narrow opening and fill that. But yeah, cut this out for the stereo. And I got my first electrical piece in. First electrical piece of the entire go-kart. This actually has a key to it. So if I lose this key, I'm screwed. I could reuse the original ignition out of that, but I don't like those keys. I prefer to actually have a key, because you can get the lawnmower keys a dime a dozen. I like to make it so it's a little harder for thieves. But yeah, we have back one for accessories for the radio, off where there's no electrical connection, and then one over for accessories, and then ignition start. I will have to install a relay, because the way the Gilson's engine actually works is with that magneto is when the engine's running, you have to make a short from a wire to ground. And the way this works is once you turn to accessories to where the engine is actually on, it connects the battery to that. So we would actually have positive power going through there, and I don't know if positive power going through there will, that'll definitely screw up the engine, so I don't want to do that. What I'll do is I'll just go buy a little relay piece, a little electrical relay for 12 volts. And what I'll do is have it where in this position the relay is going off, and it's well, I'm either going to do that with the relay where an accessory, it powers the relay, which disconnects the electrical connection between the magneto and the ground, or what I could do is just put an accessory for all the lights and everything else, and then like right here have engine, and like flip the thing around where it's like on is no connection, off is a connection. So like you actually have to flip that to engine position on and then start the engine. Could do it that way, but it'll be another deterrent against thieves, because you'd actually have to know what you're doing. But then some of the people I know are idiots and they might not figure it out. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about that one, because I'm actually getting to the point where I'm needing to design the electrical system. Let me get out real quick. Getting in and out now with that steering shaft and is being a pain in my butt, because I'm 6 feet tall and this thing's designed for anyone that's from 5 feet to 6 feet due to the height of my fiance. So that's what the dash looks like. Once I put the radio in, I'll see if I can throw a speedometer, and probably won't be able to. It's kind of a waste. Or I might just do what they do with some cars with some of the gauges, is they put it right on the side pillar. I might do something like that. I don't know. This is turning from like a normal go-kart to like a dune buggy with like all the bells and whistles. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about that little electrical setup. Due to the size of the engine, which I love, I was hoping to be able to put the fuel tank between here and the seat, which I can't, so I gotta put the firewall in. So what I have to do is put a piece of sheet metal between the seat and that. It'll go over. And then the other thing I have to do yet, before I do any of this, or well, I have to get the seat in, but I have to put that jack shaft set up in. I gotta make sure with the brake, with the disc, I make sure I keep enough room between, let me get my finger in there, the brake disc and the top. I no longer can let the brake disc come above. I also cannot put my brake disc on that hub like I wanted to, because as you can see there's a bolt there, and on the exact opposite there's a bolt set up the same. I can't get my brake disc to bolt in, so I'm not even going to waste my time trying to rip that whole assembly apart. The other idea was to put the brakes on the actual disc itself. It's a 54 tooth. I don't know what the chain's type is yet. I'll be figuring that out when I get the chain. But what I have to do is get the motor put in. I have to put in my jack shaft. Here it is. Oh crud. I got all sorts of stuff laying on top of this. Oh, there we go. My jack shaft is a 1-inch bar, and I have a 1-inch bar. This is the original back axle to my mini bike project. If you guys go and watch, you'll know what I'm talking about. Sorry, hiccup. This originally was a 3-foot bar. I do have a different one that's longer, but it's rusted to hell and back, so I don't really want to waste my time with it. So I might actually just buy a new one for this intended project, and then just reuse these for a different project that I have coming up once this project's done. And what the idea is to use this as my jack shaft instead of buying a 1-inch bar that has a key cut into it. This obviously does not, as you can tell. So my idea is to take my Dremel and my angle grinder and to cut a key slot where I need it. I just need 3 little ones. Or take my welder and weld a bead on it, nice and thick, 1/4 inch, and then take my grinders and shape it to the shape of a key. Obviously both ways is a lot of work and energy, but I have everything I need to do it. Other than going on to BMI go-karts again and buying a keyed jack shaft, a keyed shaft. I believe they're 16 bucks. I can get one that's kind of spotty. What I mean by spotty is like it'll have a keyhole here, and here, and here, and here, and here. It has keyholes randomly. That's not what I wanted. So I have to think about that. But hopefully tomorrow I can get in here, put the motor in, and start on the upper piece. That'll come over like that, and then up and tie in up here. And what that's actually for, oh crap, my fuel tank tipped and I got it full of fuel. So there you go. My fuel tank and my battery. I'm probably not going to use this fuel tank. I'll probably use a different one. It's also going to hold the electrical components of the go-kart. So it will hold, I have little fuses from my electronics that I'll be using. I'll be using fuses to protect everything. And I'm going to steal all the taillights off of the Gilson. There will also be lights for that, for the headlights. Crud, I just saw it. Oh, here it is. I had this on the actual deck piece. What I think it is it's a lever to engage the, or for preventing you from starting the engine when the deck is engaged. So what I'm going to reuse this for is actually a brake light indicator sensor. I will tie it into the brake lights, or the brake pedal, seeing how, since I'm putting a torque converter, that's gas and that's brake only. That is no longer going to be a clutch and brake. So this will be tied in, so when I actually push on the brakes, So it'll be going this way. When I push on the brakes, my brake lights will come on. It's just a neat little thing I want to do, because since we are probably going to enclose this into sheet metal, I will probably drive it on the road if I can. So we'll see how that goes. But like I said, first things first, I need to get it drivable. Let me know if the jack shaft idea, I want to see what you guys think. I want to know, is it worthwhile to waste my time with this axle, or cutting an axle? Because I can get a new one for about $5. So is $11 plus shipping worth cutting my own keyways? If I cut my own keyways, I know exactly what I'm gonna have. I know exactly where they're gonna be positioned and all that. But I won't know their structural integrity. If I buy one, I'll know that it'll be structurally sound, but I'll have a giant keyway. So, whatever. Just let me know what you guys think. Thumbs up the video, subscribe, all that. I know I'm over the 10 minutes, but I should be able to get a little bit longer. Also, real quick, I want to send a shout out to T-Man's Go-Karts, or T-Man's Kart, sorry. I sent a couple messages to him, or comments on his videos, and he has been insanely helpful. I was not aware of this, but I actually spelt the title wrong. For build, for this go-kart build, I spelt it B-I-L-L-E-D. He notified me that that is actually a bill like you get as a doctor bill. So I want to send out my shout out to him. Thank you very much. I'm actually noticing a lot more views on my pages, which is great. I only have 1 subscriber as of right now. Hopefully I get more, because I'll be doing these builds. I'll be doing builds like this. So if you like this, subscribe, all that. If you like this, go to T-Man's channel. I'll put a link in the descriptions, because he's awesome. I've been watching him since he did the Batmobile, and yeah. So, yeah, watch him. He's great. He's actually the reason I'm doing my build, because I've loved doing this kind of stuff for a long time. Watch his. He's great. I hope one day I can get to his expertise level. What he can do is amazing, but you know, also he's got a lot better equipment than I do. I actually own the exact same welder that he does, but I can't weld worth a crap. Or at least I hope I can, because I welded their roll cage. I might have to have someone look at it. So, yeah, my shout outs to T-Man. Alright, talk to you guys later. Have a good one.